fresh oil.
10 p.m. to
Next
10
level of your life.
Your life will never be the same. It was Eve that influenced Adam. Men. Yes, good evening, good evening. God bless all of you. Once again, it's a beautiful Monday, and we are right here on Praise TV. This is the Real Money Me Show, and I'm your lady, Rev Dr Charlotte Oduro. I am so blessed to have you here, and today we are talking about divorce part 3. I can continue going on talking about divorce every day because that is what is happening now. That is the norm of today. Everybody, I want out. Mommy, I don't want again. Mommy, I'm tired of it. Mommy, it's getting boring. Mommy, do you understand what marriage is all about? Who spoke to you about marriage? Anyway, stay right here with me and let me talk to you first before we come to this. I have this thing I want to talk about. I want to give this scenario I want to talk about. You met a beautiful woman. You met a handsome man, responsible man. Everything shows he fears God, she fears God. You fell in love, you join hands, and you plan your future together. Listen, marriage is your future. And this ring is a settlement of imprisonment or a settlement of freedom. It's two things. If you want to imprison yourself, this ring will imprison you. But if you still want to wear this and have your freedom, you can still have it. It all depends on your choices. It depends on the people you settle with. It depends on your mind, your determination. It depends on how you see the future. It depends on understanding what the future holds. It depends on the foundation of your marriage. It depends on you understanding marriage on its own. Remember, we are streaming live on Facebook. Go to my page, The Real Woman in Me Official. Please join me and let's share it. Go to my YouTube page, Rev Dr Charlotte Oduro, and let's do it together. Subscribe and talk to somebody about it. Let's go with it. I met this young lady, and a very beautiful young lady, educated, met this handsome doctor, and they spoke, they walked a little, and they became friends. So this is what happened. They studied each other and they thought they are in love. They thought they are in love. Okay. It got to a point in their marriage. They married, it got to a point in marriage. The lady sat there, the man sat there and said, no, we made mistakes. We shouldn't have gotten married at the first place. Why? Because I chose the wrong person. Why? Because my wife doesn't understand me. My husband doesn't understand me. Mommy, I think the best way to do is for us to separate our own ways and get the right people to marry. Who is the right person? Which right person are you looking for? In which direction are you looking for the right person? The right person is right there before you. If you call this person the right person, live with them until you know who they are. Because you're not living with them, you think, oh, I made a mistake, I met a new guy, I think I'm in love with him, I don't love my husband. You are making the biggest mistake of your life. You need to have time for yourself and think about things. Marriage is not what some of you think about. There are so many things in marriage. Sometimes it becomes boring. Sometimes you are happy. Sometimes things doesn't work. Sometimes you sit to make it work. And it's a work that needs to be done every day. We need to work towards it. You don't expect your marriage to be beautiful every day if you're not ready to work towards it. The fight will come, the troubles will come, but don't ever use this word again. I want divorce, because divorce, that's not the answer to anything. So this young lady said, Mommy, I want divorce. And I called him and said, the two of you come. Why do you want to divorce? I said, Mommy, he doesn't care about me. He doesn't care about me. He doesn't know what I do. He doesn't care about my feelings. And the man said, Mommy, also ask her. Does she know what I go through? So you could see two people hurt, but they don't know how to solve their issues. It is not making a mistake, but it's how to talk about your issues and make it work. If a man will know his place and a woman will know her place, I say this every time. If a woman doesn't know how to kneel down, go on her knees, or go under the feet of her husband, that woman is not qualified to be a wife. You may not understand. I'm not saying go down to be bullied. No, it's a sign of respect. I'm saying this as a spiritual thing, that if you cannot succumb and give your will to your husband. It is difficult. Yes, as I was saying, man, listen. If she does that to you, it's a respect. Respect that woman and honor her. Don't ever think, oh, okay, I want to end it. That's the answer. That is the best way for you to go. That's the best thing you can get. No. Find solutions to the problem and work it out. Find answers to why things are not working. The two of you is the best people to sit down and talk. Sit down with her, sit down with him, and talk about everything that is going on. Don't allow anything to influence your marriage. Somebody said, Mommy, I'm okay with it, but my in-law, my mother-in-law is influencing my husband. I want to ask the mother-in-laws, if your son leaves the wife, will you marry your son? No. Why won't we pray for them? Why don't we advise them to work their marriage out? Why do you intrude in your son's marriage? Mostly it's the men's mothers that always gets into the marriage. My son doesn't like this. Don't do this for my son. If your son gets married, leave him alone. Because the Bible said, therefore the man shall leave his father and his mother and cleave to the wife. Why don't you give him the chance to do what he wants to do in his marriage? You have everything to say about her. She has not given birth. She's not looking good. She doesn't respect you. Everything you want to do to frustrate your son to leave their wife. Ask yourself, if that woman, if that lady is your daughter, will you be happy somebody do the same thing to her? And some of us young women, we allow our mothers to intrude into a marriage. They do this, do that, without even thinking with your husband. Everything you go and ask your mother. Everything you call your mother. Please, grow up. If your man, you're listening to me, you're married to a woman, and you still call your mother, there is a problem we need to solve. Cleave to your wife means that it is time to move. It means you are matured enough to handle issues. It means God is good. God is using us ahead. Every leader must pave way for the other people to follow. What way are you paving for your wife and your children? By listening to what your mother is telling you. You are the one staying with the woman. It's not your mother. Don't let her, I know you love your mother, yes, but when it comes to marriage, understand the biblical aspect of marriage. So therefore, the man shall leave his father and his mother and cleave. Women, you also have to learn a lot in marriage. Don't just jump into it. Listen, if you're married and never did counsel, or you are still not learning anything, and a little thing you get angry and you want to end it, that is not the answer. Then go back and learn what marriage is all about. Some women feel too big. Oh, they want to rub shoulders. Mommy, if he says, I will say because you are working, you've got the money, so you think you got the guts to say things to your husband anyhow. Somebody said, Mommy, I've been married to my wife for 20 years, and now my business is not working, so my wife is the one taking care of the home, and now my respect is gone. She can insult me. Women, listen, it is a responsibility of the man to take care of it, but sometimes things change. And if it works for you and you are the one feeding the home, doesn't give you the right to take the role of the man. He's forever the man, whether money or no money, you must order or give him that kind of respect. Even at his feet, that is where your glory and your shining comes from. You are the one feeding and putting food on the table, but you're still humble. That is when God will bless you more. We need to learn this. Learn this, and let's try to work it out. Today he's not working. He doesn't have the money. Things are not working for him and all that. If a woman can go on her knees and pray for the husband, love him, whether money or no money, I'm telling you, God will lift you up. It doesn't matter who has the money or who doesn't have it. I know some stories where the woman is now feeding the home, and the mother of the woman want to come home and direct what the man have to do. Woman, mother-in-law, that is not your place. That is not your home. You've got your home. Your home is with your husband. Leave your children alone to marry. Leave them to make their mistakes and correct themselves. Don't be intruding into your children's home. One, you are there. Tomorrow, you are there. Oh, in the name is my son. My son has built a house. My son has got money. My son this. So if your son is poor, will you be treating somebody's daughter like that? It always comes to always tell every woman, please, don't just be a wife at home or a baby machine. No, find something to do with yourself. For one woman, she's a hard-working woman. She's a woman of virtue. She goes, she works, and she makes the husband proud. Woman, what are you doing to help your husband? What are you bringing on the table? Your only thing you bring is babies. Is good. But apart from that, what do you do to lift yourself up as a woman? You need to work. You need to earn money. You need to also take some of the responsibility. Men, listen. If you got a woman that is very responsible, a hardworking woman, please value them. Don't misuse them. Don't bully them. Don't abuse them. Some of you abuse them with your words, with your attitude and everything. You allow your sisters to come into the house. You allow your mother to come and abuse your wife and makes her feel like nothing. You don't do that in marriage. Let's come to understand this. The marriage is between you and your wife, between you and your husband. And God is looking up to the two of you to make sure your generation becomes blessed because of your marriage. Who said there are no sour parts in the marriage? Sometimes it's sweet, sometimes it's sour, but all is working together for good. You see, when everything is okay in the marriage, everybody rejoices. Oh, mommy, I love him. He loves me and all that. Oh, God is good. But when there's trouble in the marriage, oh, God has disappointed me. I married the wrong person. You didn't marry the wrong person. That is part of marriage. There are days that you don't click. The devil always wants to frustrate good marriages. Don't give the devil a chance to step in. So whilst I'm saying all this to the couples, they were sitting and asked that, tell me the sacrifices you have made for each other. What prompts you to say, I want to spend my life with this one? That is, I always say this to everybody. That please, be careful the partner you are choosing for your future. Because if your future will end well, it depends on your partner. If your future will be destroyed, it depends on who you choose today. So don't be too happy and say, oh, mommy, he's tall. When he's tall, it doesn't end well. When he's short, it doesn't end well. But what ends well is a man that fears God. What ends well is a woman that fears God. It's not about her shape. It's not about where she's coming from, the family, her color. No. Apart from the color and the shape, there is a human being you're going to stay with. A person with a character. A person with an attitude. Can you handle it? Can you handle her? You know he's a cheater before you got married. You still wanted to marry him. Now you've married him and you're complaining, mommy, the way you cheat too much. So I don't want to do it again. You should have stopped before you got married. You got yourself into this. You forced yourself into this covenant, and you think it's easy to come out from the covenant. Before you go into marriage, please seek the face of God. And if you're already in it, it is not too late. You can still seek the face of God. My answer to you is that divorce is never the answer. Let's change our difference. Let's work our differences out. You know, this generation, they just can't take it when you say the woman must submit. They think when you submit, you are being a fool. You are not being a fool. You are following the rules and the things God has installed for us as married couples. That is the rules given to us in marriage. So if you know you can abide by the rules that God has given to you, you cannot stay in the marriage. The man may follow you today because you got money, you got the shape and all that. He can't stay with you forever because attitude kills people. Attitude, it kills people. You cannot always be with a bully who wants to bully you emotionally, bully you physically, who has no respect for you, speak to you anyhow. You show all those signs. You saw it when you're not married till you went to the house and the mother abused you and the son couldn't do anything to defend you. And you still give chance for me to marry you. Do you expect anything different in the marriage? Even when you're not married, they abused you. They look down on you. They made their son better than you. If their son is better, you are better to your family. If nobody will respect you, don't you sell your future with them. If a man will give the mother the power to come and abuse you, let me tell you this, and he can't stand for you, you are ready for trouble. Please, if you're a man and you want to marry somebody's daughter, bear in mind, the Bible says you should love the wife as you will love yourself. Will you be happy if you are treated the way you allow your mother to treat your wife? Mother-in-laws, if your daughter-in-law has not given birth, stop abusing her. She is not God. Maybe the problem is with your son. This generation, this nation, this mentality is when the woman is not having a child is a problem with the man. A problem with the woman. Sorry, the man will never follow this woman to the hospital because he believes, that's my ex-girlfriend. She got pregnant, she aborted. Do you think you're the only one that slept with your ex-girlfriend? That pregnancy wasn't yours, my dear. So stop bullying your wife. Go to the hospital together with your wife and let the doctor check. It could be your fault, it could be her fault. Maybe it's none of you your problem. God's own time, he will give you the babies. You see, husbands, they stay with their wives, and if something happens, there's a problem with the woman, the womb, and the man is ready to leave the marriage because I married you because of babies. No, if you marry somebody because of babies, you're making a mistake. Because babies are gifts from God, not from your wife. Babies are gifts from above. Not your wife is supposed to enchant and bring a baby. No. When God opens the womb, your sperm and her eggs will gather together and babies will materialize. They will come out. So if there's no babies in the marriage, it doesn't give you, the man, the right, and your mother the right to step in your home and then dictate what should happen. Then your mother will come, your sisters will come. Hey, your wife is keeping long. We need our grandson. We need our nephew. We need our nieces. Is the wife, is she God? Which woman will not be happy to have a child for the husband? Which woman? With all the pain women will go through to get pregnant and conceive and give birth, they still want to have babies. Just to please men. Just to make their home very lovely. Every woman wants to be a mother. So if it is not coming, don't take her through that emotional torture. Stand with her. Man, stand with your wife and expect God to work things for you. Maybe yours is a miracle. My dear, stand with your wife. In pain, in trouble, in shame, let your mother and your siblings know she's your wife. And women, if your husband has got issues in bed and now things have changed and he's not performing well, don't sell him out. If you want your husband to stand with you when you're not having child, you can also stand with him when he's weak. Don't sell him out. Don't talk as if he's not a man. You can treat him, abuse him. Emotionally, you will kill that man. Anything can happen to us in marriage. Whilst we are not married, we are okay, we are fine. The moment you get married, things are going wrong. It means the devil is afraid of what the two of you can do if you stand together. The Bible said, if a man finds a wife, he finds favor. He has found a good thing. If you are abusing that woman, because that woman is what brings you favor. That woman is the icing on your ice cream. That woman is the icing on your cake. That woman is the icing that God is waiting for you to come together and shower his favor upon you. And look at that woman that brings favor to you. You abuse, you bully, she's going through a lot, all because she loves you. So do you understand what marriage is all about? Why do we enter and we want to end? When all things are well, we are happy, we flaunt our rings around. Oh, I'm married. You go and see a woman who is married to a rich man. They have everything. She has a car, she has a shop, everything is working for her. She's okay. She's always smiling. Within few minutes, within few months, she starts complaining. My husband doesn't have time for me. Oh, he doesn't care. He's traveling around. Are you the one that wants a rich man? When you're the one that was happy telling people, oh, come and see my husband, he's going to UK. Oh, he's going to US tomorrow. Oh, he's traveling to Canada and all that. You are happy all over. You never thought that when you marry him, the same UK has been going, he will still go. You don't know where you are going out with him and you are telling people about it. He goes to China, he goes there, goes there. You didn't know that when he came out, he's going to do the same thing. Now, why are you complaining about he doesn't have time for me? He doesn't do that. Please, you loved it. You were enjoying it because when they go to China, they bring you things. You go to UK, oh, my fiancé went to UK. These are the things he bought for me. iPhone 11 Pro. He bought it. You are so happy about it. Now, you have the iPhone 11 Pro with you. You have the Range Rover, you have it. You have the big house. You have everything in the house. Why are you now complaining? That now you know it's not about the material things you get, but it's about the attention of your man. And sometimes I wonder why phone came, because it is good, but it's killing people's marriage. It's killing churches. It's killing people's life. Why doesn't have time? She's always on phone. A man doesn't have time. He's always on phone. I don't know what we do with our phones. That we can't have time for our spouse. What is there on the phone that will take your attention from your wife or from your husband? Your phone is much important to you than your spouse that is closer to you. Those you see on phone, your Facebook, WhatsApp, whatever, they are far. Whatever you want is close to you. There's no passion in the marriage. There's no communication in the marriage. There's nothing working in the marriage. We are like enemies in the house. Small thing, the wife is angry. Small thing, the husband bangs the door and he gets out. Listen, if you want to marry, learn some of these things. The battles will come, the fights will come, but you need the wisdom of God to handle your marriage. Yes, we have all said, oh, I want divorce. I've said it severally. I can't count my own. Severally. I have always want to go because it gets a point that that thing will push me to go. But thank God for Jesus. Sometimes you think that the easiest way for escape is to divorce and have your peace. There is no peace anywhere. There is peace in what you work it out. You find peace when you're able to stand, work it out, and make it work. That is where your peace will be found. That is where you can smile at the storm and say, you know what, I've seen what you want to do, devil. I'm not giving you the chance. It may not be easy, but it's worth it. Everyone that go and look for old women, old men who are stuck together with their husbands and their wives, and let them tell you how it was. It was never easy. Someone will tell you, my husband cheated severally, but I still stood with him. And today they have testimonies to say, my dear, if you can't work it out, you cannot get the crown. So before you say I do to somebody, think about all this. Think about the one you're going to live with. Think about the one you are going to call your partner for life. Not part-time partner, it's partner for life. I know some men of God who want divorce, women of God who want divorce because they think they married the wrong person. Let me tell you, the mistakes of men can be the better thing from God. If only you can direct it to God. Yes, you made a mistake, but if you let God take over, the mistake become a testimony to people. Let's not think of divorce. Woman, be careful what you do. Be careful what you do behind your husband. Be careful what you do behind your wife. You've got that small girl and you're cheating on with your wife and you're comfortable with this man. You are losing what is yours. You are losing your potential as a man. God is watching. You learn how to forgive. Learn how to make amends. Learn how to sit down. Communicate. The two of you sit down and talk. Man, stop bullying the woman as if she has no right to talk. As she doesn't have a place with you. No. You don't want her to talk, do nothing. It is not done like that. She is your wife. She is your partner. He is your husband. If today the man is down, it doesn't make him less of a man. With your support and your prayer with him, that man will stand tall. You know, sometimes the waves will come. It goes up. It goes down. It is part of it. Stand with him. Stand with her. Let's make it work. Don't give up on him. Don't give up on her. Stop giving excuses. I can't do it again. I am tired. Mommy, I can't do it again. Who says it's easy? But he said we should bring our burdens unto him. That is Jesus. He was on the cross because of you and I. He went through that pain, that affliction because of you and I. You think God cannot come in? We always want to do what we want to do. We always want to take the step we want to take without seeking the face of God. I want to come into your home. I want to come into your marriage. I want to come into wherever you find yourself. Now, please don't quit on your husband. Don't quit on your wife. There is hope if only you want things to work. So as I finished saying this, my couple sat down and they were all sharing tears. They said, Mommy, we didn't know things were like this. I said, you cannot quit because the next person you're going to marry, this thing you're running away from, you'll meet it worse than what you have today. So why don't you hold hands together and talk about it, work towards it, understand each other, that there are differences. That we always will have our differences. We agree to disagree. We disagree to agree. Anyhow it is, we need to get to a point where as you understand how you feel, you should also understand how I feel. And at the end, we work it and make it work. That is what marriage is all about. That I can get angry. Yes, you have the right to do it. But in your anger, exercise patience. And give your spouse the chance to explain him or herself. Let's get the heart of forgiveness and forgive. They held hands and I prayed for them. And I'm telling you, now they are crying and they are smiling of all joy. Because they thought they couldn't do it. But now they've got another strength to do it again. Maybe you didn't get the chance to speak to somebody who give you a good advice. Maybe your parents, your friends advise you to leave your husband because it's not worth it. Who said it's not worth it? Whatever you're looking for in a man or a woman, you can find it in your spouse. If only you can see with the eye of God. Divorce is not the answer. Ending it is not the answer. But seeking the face of God is the answer. So if you're married, and you think, oh, he doesn't treat me well, no, that I want divorce. It's not true. Yes, it's not treating you well, but you need to sit down and talk about it. For as far as we are living, we'll always have issues. As far as we are human beings, we'll always have issues. But when we have issues, it takes a mature person to say he's human, she's human. So why should I take this as an issue? Let me just overlook it or talk about it, laugh over it, because I love him, I love her, and I want to build my future and my children with this person. So I have no excuse to leave her or leave him. That is why we said, till death do us part. It means in his pain, in her pain, I will be a strength to him. I'll be a strength to her. Don't leave her because now things are not working. Where is the promises we gave? Where is the love? Did you promise you'd be with him to end? What happened that you've changed your mind? What makes you think you made a mistake? Correct that mistakes with God. Not by exiting yourself. Correct it with God. And let the love of God reign in our marriage, where God is in the midst of the issue. And women, I always say this, if a woman knows how to go on her knees, she receives the crown of glory. I saw that woman that brought alabaster oil. She poured at the feet of Jesus. And then she was changed from the feet of Jesus. And I saw the woman that was caught in adultery. And then she ran to the feet of Jesus. Jesus, you are the only hope I have. If a woman will know how to submit to God. You see, the Bible says, reverence the husband as you reverence God. It means that the moment you submit, you are doing it for God and not for anybody. The moment you say, okay, I surrender. I know I am right, he is wrong. But I want to take the first move and say, I'm sorry. It doesn't change anything, but it brings peace. And it brings the lifting over your life. If a man who knows how to beat a woman, you've missed it, man. If you think the best thing to do is to raise up your hand and bully and abuse that woman, you've lost your core as a man. You've lost your glory as a man. You've lost your responsibility as a man. You've lost your crown as a glory and favor of the home. Please, divorce is not the answer. No matter how hurt we are, forgive each other. Make amends and build the marriage. No matter how difficult it may be, please find a way with God and let him help you with that burden. I beg you, fathers, I beg you, mothers, look at the kid's face. Don't allow the devil to enter into your home. And if you have left your home, go back, apologize. Apologizing doesn't make you, or it doesn't mean you are wrong, but it makes you the good person. It makes you look mature enough. In the face of God, God sees you to be mature and responsible enough. Don't think about how he will see you, how he will feel. Let him feel what he wants to feel. Do what you have to do, not because of him, but because of God. Marriage is a calling. Marriage is a chosen way and a path made by God. You cannot do it alone. You need God to do it. So I pray that you seek the face of God. I pray that the Lord will come in and touch the hearts that is broken. I pray that the Lord will come to the homes that the love is gone. They have no love for each other again, and they are against each other. I pray that the love of God will breathe upon the two of you and the change will come. I speak that any voices of the enemy, from the mother-in-laws, from the father-in-law, that is the voice of the enemy that wants to penetrate through your home, I speak and I break it in the name of Jesus. I pray that the voice of God will be the only voice you will hear. I pray the voice of God will penetrate through your home. I pray that the voice of God will come and turn things around for you. Above all, I pray that the one that blesses and added no sorrow, may this God visit you and your home and bring change. When God is part of the situation, I know what men cannot do, God has the answer for it. This is the real woman in me. I'm in Lady Rev Mrs. Charlotte Oduro. You know how we do it every Monday on Praise TV, 10 to 10:30. I come live to speak to you about the mind of God, to build our homes and correct our mistakes. May God help us and may God help you to make your marriage work. I pray that you will not opt for divorce. For divorce is not the answer, but God is the solution. Remember, you go to my YouTube page, Rev Dr Charlotte Oduro, and go to my Facebook, The Real Woman in Me Official, and join us. We are streaming live. Join us. You can see the numbers on the screen. If you want to sponsor this program, call us and let's talk about it. Divorce is not the answer. I thank God for my camera crew and everybody, and my husband, Apostle Dr. Charlotte Oduro, and to all the papas of the land and the mamas of the land. You are blessed and highly favored. Let's stand. This COVID-19 is not here to destroy us. is here to teach us the path of God. Go back to Him. Let's all go back to the first love that God taught us. Let's build ourselves. Let's build ourselves. Together, we will do it. Separate, we'll be destroyed. Let's do it together. Wash your hands. Do the necessary things you need to do. Above all that, know God for yourself. And learn the ways of God. And I'm telling you, you'll never regret it. Good evening, and God bless you. Bye.